regardless of what happens in her career from here on in, as we take a look at our Turning Point presented by Ashley and Martin Medical Hair Centres, she will forever be remembered for this submission over Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, I mean, look, to pull this off, as I was just saying to you guys, that Amanda Nunes is that good. Even if people want to say she had an off night this night, to still be able to go out there and submit her, even on an off night, is saying something. Amanda Nunes on the off night kicks pretty much everyone's asses anyway. So to actually go out there and do this was pretty impressive. And that's why I'm actually thinking she might be tough to beat this weekend.
I'm just pumped that the division gets to move again. We've got the women's bantamweight division. You know, this is the division that started women in the UFC. We've got Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, and the names keep going. So it now starts moving again. We have Pennington, who is the champ, versus Pena. Pena's been sitting out for 2.5 years since she last fought and lost to Amanda Nunes. But also on the card, we have Kayla Harrison, who I believe is the next big star in this division.
Yeah.
So we have an answer. The division moves in the title, and we also have a number one contender after this weekend.
And Volk, both these girls are fantastic in terms of their submission game, and we certainly see the threat that Raquel Pennington, as we can see in these highlights, poses over Juliana Pena.
Yeah, I mean, she's tough, mate. She's tough. She's pretty well-rounded. She can take the fight anywhere. I think when it comes to the grappling, I think Pena is going to be probably, I think that's going to suit her better, to be quite honest. She's a gamer. I know she loves her war work, and she does a lot of that. So I think that's going to be more her world. But I think Pennington needs to make it more of a scrap to go her way this weekend.
Somebody else who figures into this equation is also on the main card, and it's Kayla Harrison, who actually joins us now. Kayla, thanks very much for your time on Fox Sports. Now, it looks like you're in some salubrious surroundings at the moment. Whereabouts are you?
Yeah, I'm here in beautiful Utah, getting ready for my fight this Saturday, or Sunday, I guess, your time.
It is Sunday our time. I wanted to ask you, what has life been like for you this past few months as a UFC fighter?
It's been awesome. Honestly, it's been a dream come true. You know, I signed with the UFC really kind of on a big leap of faith. I didn't know if I could make weight. I didn't know if I was who I said I was. You know, it was definitely a step up, and the UFC is really the Olympics of MMA. So, but I've loved every second of it. I've been just trying to stay present, enjoy the moments, and make the most of it.
Hey, Kayla, it's Alex here. I just wanted to say you've probably got your eye on the co-main event. I'm sure you do. I know this is your second fight, but surely you're in the running for that title next. Is that what you're thinking after a big win this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I go out there, I put on a show, I dominate Caitlin. I'd be so good that they can't ignore me, and it's only a matter of time. You know, I think that these girls are just going to keep it warm for me, and I'll be champion very soon.
Hey Kayla, Dan here. Well, this division has some of the biggest names for women. You know, Ronda Rousey, Juliana Pena coming through. Are you ready to kind of take that mantle? You're going to be the number one contender if you get your hand raised this weekend. Yeah. Are you ready to fill those shoes?
I don't know if we can call Juliana Pena. Like, listen, I don't know if you can put Juliana in the same category as Ronda.
I like that.
The only one who likes to hear Juliana talk is Juliana. But yeah, absolutely, I'm ready. It's big shoes. You know, obviously Amanda leaving, I feel like left a hole and a little bit of a black hole. But lucky for the UFC, I've got big shoulders and I'm ready to carry it.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask who you would rather face, Raquel Pennington or Juliana, but it seems to me like you'd head and shoulders like to get in there with Juliana.
That's exactly what I was just about.
I mean, listen, I would probably put an elbow through Juliana's forehead for free, but the one thing that makes me pause is that she's not super active. So, like, is she going to take the title and then run for a year? That would really piss me off. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't care who I fight. It doesn't matter. I think I beat all three of these girls on the same night, but yeah, whatever. I'm here. It's only a matter of time. I'm coming.
Well, Kayla, you are a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Can I ask where a UFC championship would rank on your list of achievements?
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, I guess I'll find out soon enough, but I think it's going to be probably one of the top moments of my life. You know, becoming a mom, adopting my children is hands down the best thing that's ever happened to me, the most beautiful, just divine intervention. And that is definitely the number one title in my life, is the title of mom. But UFC champ sounds pretty damn good too.
It certainly does. We saw domination against Holly Holm at UFC 300. What's the prediction for Ketlen Vieira and the treatment that you've got in store for her?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long night. I think I'm better everywhere. Not only am I seasoned now, not only do I have experience, but I'm bigger, faster, stronger. It's going to be a long night for Ketlen. Kayla Harrison by TKO, KO, or submission.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Kayla Harrison, thanks so much for your time on Fox Sports, and all the best to you this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me.
See you later. Have a good one.
There she was, Kayla Harrison. What a legend.
Oh, a bit of bad blood already.
It seems like it,
She's already putting the feelers out there. Maybe she's expecting Pena to go out there and win, and now she's already put the feelers out. That's who she wants.
When we first started it, she was like real humble. Kayla's like, she turned a real humble leaf, but it's like you just gotta find that in. We found that in, and that's Juliana Pena.
Is that why you threw Pena's name out there? Did you know that was going to be a trigger?
little bit. I had an idea.
All right, clever.
Well, it's a pleasure right now to be joined by Juliana Pena. Juliana, thanks so much for your time here on Fox Sports. It's been so long since we've had you on the show. Now, we were just talking a little bit about Alex Pereira and, the advantages he gets from fighting so often. But with you having taken this 2-year break, how do you feel that holds you heading into this weekend?
It's not that big of a deal for me. I've had time off in other injuries, when I tore my knee, when I had a baby. It's something that your body is telling you that you need, and you have to listen to your body. This is a combat sport. Injuries are a part of that. And with that being said, I know how to fight. I know the dog that I have inside of me. So all I need them to do is close that cage door, and I'll be ready to go.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited to see you get back in there and kind of shoot to retake that throne. And then once you do have that title, are you looking to stay active? Because you do have a number one contender fight on the same card as well in Kayla Harrison. So are you looking to get straight back into action and defend that throne?
Yes. First off, let me say, Dan Hooker, I'm a big fan of you. So it's awesome to be able to get asked questions by you. Yes, of course, that's always the goal, is to stay active and defend the belt as many times as possible. I know Alex knows a ton about that. He's a very active fighter, and he has my respect in that regard as well, being able to stay active and take fights on short notice and stuff like that. That's always the goal. But at the end of the day, I just have to listen to my body, and, taking time off is not what I want to do. At the end of the day, if it was the last woman standing or fighting till you're 100 years old, I'm going to be that lady that's going to be trying to fight no matter what. It's just my body is just telling me that I needed to have a season of rest, and it was important for me to take that time and listen to my body.
Hey, Alexi, I wanted to bring up the high altitude. I've never really fought on high altitude, so I just wanted to see, have you dealt with that? Like, do you know much about it? Do you live there? Like, I couldn't tell you. So I just wanted to know what it's like. I just wanted to ask a fighter if that's something that it was a big part of the game plan or a big part of preparation.
It's definitely a part of the game plan, and there's things that you take into account, like that high altitude, taping my mouth shut, and trying not to be a mouth breather while I'm doing my my sprints and stuff like that was something that I put into my regimen in order to get ready for the acclimation. And then we came out last night and, hoping to be completely acclimated in the 3 to 5 day period. 1 to 3 days, I think, is what it would take for an athlete. And so definitely taking that into consideration since fighting in Salt Lake City.
Raquel Pennington, Juliana, 6 wins in a row for her. She's got a terrific submission game. How do you rate her as a champion?
She has earned my respect in terms of her claiming the throne and earning that championship belt. How I see her as far as a fighter is she's very durable. She's very crisp and technical, and she can, kind of fight wherever the fight takes place. So definitely taking her as a serious threat and ready to give my all and go in there and get my hand raised.
Juliana, we just spoke to Kayla Harrison on the show, and she said something like, I would happily put an elbow through Juliana Pena for free. How do you respond to that?
You know, I'm not surprised by these aggressive type of statements. That's kind of typical, roid rage symptoms. So, I'm not surprised.
Right. Would that be a fight that you might fancy at some stage in the future?
Absolutely. She's definitely a worthy opponent, and that's definitely something that I am going to be having to check off the bucket list in the near future. Absolutely.
Well, we certainly hope there's no awkward run-ins at Media Day or indeed the press conference. Juliana Pena, thanks very much for your time. We wish you all the best this weekend against Raquel Pennington and indeed against Kayla Harrison, if that fight is to come to fruition one day.
Thank you guys so much for the time. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
There she was, Juliana Pena, the Venezuelan vixen, always very accommodating with her time and a great personality as well.
Yeah, man. Like, mate, there's some.
I want to see that fight.
I mean, it's like,
Switch him around.
I want to see Kayla.
well, now, I guess I haven't watched enough of it, so I didn't know the bad blood was there, but now I know the bad blood is real. So, mate, I don't know. This must have already been happening. Are we putting this in the works? Are we hyping up the next fight?
I think
has this been happening for a while?
I feel like they already hated each other.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, but I mean, I'm sure they've probably been vocal plenty of times, but, well, it's the first time I'm hearing of it, so it's quite exciting. So I want to see what happens this weekend and see what's next.
Guys, got to thank you so much for your time on the show today. Thank you at home for watching. Don't forget, you can order the pay-per-view at mainevent.com.au, and we'll see you in Abu Dhabi in a few weeks.